Hey, what is up guys? My name is Jigsaw and today I'm going to be doing a Minecraft mod review. Today the mod I'm going to be reviewing is the Campfires mod. So I hope you guys enjoy and let's get started. Alright, so what this mod adds is 5 campfires, which are like furnaces, a bunch of different colored campfires, and a bunch of other stuff which I'll get to in a moment. But let's start out with the main part of this mod, which is the campfires. So we have this one, and this is the decoration campfire. Oh, also it comes with this little guide. Sorry about that. It comes with a little guide, and this guide is only available in creative or by trading with the camper, and I'll get to that in a minute. And basically, it's just like any other normal written book. You right-click, it comes up with this cool GUI, and you can click on the campfire that you want to learn about, and that's it. So let's start with the basic one. This is the decoration campfire. Basically, you can make torches with it by using 2 sticks. This is the crafting recipe. Uh, all the campfires are a light source, so that makes them really useful. You use the camper's tool to retrieve it, and I'll show you guys how to make that over there. And so yeah, and this is the multi-cooking campfire, and if you right-click with it, come up with this nice GUI. You can cook up to 6 things at once. This includes ores or food, and it can be any ore that you cook, gold or iron, and then of course any food. However, it is, I believe, 2.5 times slower than a furnace. Here's the crafting recipe, 4 furnaces and a fire, and the basic fire in there. So yeah, and then this is the fast cooker. Basically this like whips through. It's 5 times, I believe. Yeah, 5 times faster than a regular furnace. Here's the crafting recipe right here for flint and steel and the regular campfire. Then we have the cheap cooker. And the cool thing about the cheap cooker is it doesn't use any coal. As this nice GUI, you just throw it in and it comes out. However, it is 5 times slower than a regular furnace. Here's the crafting recipe for ender pearls and a campfire. Now it has a 50% chance that your output will be doubled and a 25% chance that your input will stay after a cook cycle. So what I think that the 25% chance thing is it like won't actually cook, something like that. So yeah. And then we have the Insta-Cook Campfire, and this one's really cool, and I'll show you what this does. Is basically, forgot to say, at least I'm pretty sure I forgot to say, this comes with its own tab in the creative menu, so I think that's really kind of cool. But anyway, the food stuff is, let me grab some raw pork chop, and with the Insta-Cook, you simply right-click, and boom, everything is turned instantly cooked. Basically, you can cook up an entire stack all at once with a click. Right click of your mouse click. Wow. Wow, I am very yawny tonight. Yawny, is that a word? Anyway, here's the instant cook campfire. Here's the crafting recipe. You basically need 1 of every campfire. And then here's just a little info about it. Like I said, it doesn't use any coal, and it cooks food instantly with the right click. Now the cool thing about the decoration campfire, the first one, right here, is that you can actually dye it. And this is really neat, is you use any of the 14 dye. The only one that doesn't work is bone meal, but you know, that's really not a big deal. And hold on, it's here actually before I do that, as you can see they're all light sources. See, there's one at the top of that tower over there. They're all light source. So yeah, that's really kind of cool. But anyway, you can dye this, and I think this is really cool. You know, nice extra decorative element. Here, let me set it today. Okay, nice decorative element. That's really cool. And actually, I came up with a little idea. Is if you want, is you can use this as kind of like a PvP territory marker kind of thing. I just use purple for this instance. You know, like make this cobblestone tower on the edge of your, you know, your perimeter, like everyone would be given a campfire and their dye of choice. So like this, and then your material of choice, let's just say purple. And then you basically maybe like have a bunch of these, and they're almost like control points. And you come up and you remove it. You know, obviously you use like a ladder or something, and then you place yours down. And actually, I'll use lapis for this one. And you put your lapis in, and boom. Okay, so that would be like under the blue team or whatever. You know, kind of a cool little idea. It's kind of cool, I think. But anyway, so enough with the campfires, even though that's a really cool part of the mod. Let's get on with the other stuff. Alright, so the first thing we need to learn about is the camper's tool, which is basically like a Swiss Army knife. So if you guys don't know what a Swiss Army knife is, you guys gotta go and find out, because basically it's a camper's best friend. It's a bunch of stuff like a corkscrew, bottle openers, screwdrivers, and a knife all rolled into one. And in Minecraft, this is how you make it, which is 3 rows red, 3 pieces of iron, and you get camper's tool. Now camper's tool has a durability of 100, plus it's used in a lot of crafting recipes. So while it's relatively cheap to make, it's not like overpowered. However, if you do take it and you do this crafting recipe right here, you'll get like a Camper's Tool 2.0. However, I can't really seem to get that to work. I'm not sure if that's like a glitch, or maybe it's something I did with the installation or whatever. But yeah, that's how basically I did it. But he said, the mod developer said the 2.0 is basically 250 uses, and when you hit R, it's like a portable crafting bench, which I think is really super cool. Alright, and the next recipe is canvas. And canvas is used to make backpacks, which you can kind of see in this item frame up at the top right hand corner here. And this is how you make canvas. And you get 12 canvas out of 6 string and a camper's tool, and you make canvas. And then you get tent pegs, which is used for making tents. I'll get to that later. And you use the camper's tool and an iron ingot to get tent pegs. Wow. I'm sorry, it is really late and I just really want to record this. Alright, so the next one is the backpacks for campers bags. I like to call them backpacks. So to make the camping bag is you need canvas, you make a small camping bag, then you surround the small camping bag with canvas, you make the normal camping bag, and then you surround the normal camping bag with canvas, and you get the large camping bag. And I'll actually show you the difference here. So the small camping bag gives you 9 additional slots, and normal gives you 18, and the large gives you 27. So large is like a portable chest, portable single chest, if you want to think of it that way. Whoop. Fail. Oh my gosh, another fail. There we go. Alright, so what would be a campfire mod without the marshmallows? The scrumptious marshmallows. I love me some marshmallows. Okay, so this is how you make marshmallows. Create 6 pieces of sugar, an egg, water bottle, bowl, and you get marshmallows. And to use the marshmallows, you put the marshmallows into a stick, and you get 3 marshmallow sticks. And then, to eat said marshmallows, you take the marshmallow stick over the campfire, and you get cooked marshmallows. Wow, I really need to go grab something. Nah, I won't. And you can eat cooked marshmallows, and it gives you yum yum munchies. I think it brings up 1 hunger, I believe, but you should probably check that out on the website. And then we have tents. Tents are really cool. You can make tents by just canvas and tent pegs, and I'll give you a tent. And then we have sleeping bags, which you put in your tent, and you can sleep in your tent, and that's just 3 pieces of wool. So, let's get on with the rest of this. Hold on. You just get rid of all stuff. Fail. Alright. So, we are are going to use these things. So with the tent, you basically right click on the ground and it makes a tent. It's really kind of cool. You can, walk on it, which is kind of weird, but oh well. I will say that the hitbox for the tent is kind of a little bit like you have to be in the center of it in order to get it, because if you're pointing at the back end of it, you won't get the hitbox. You have to be pointing right here all the way. It's kind of you have to have it right in front of you. And even then, see, it's kind of a weird hitbox, but oh well. So if you take your sleeping bag and you go over to your tent, you simply right click and you get this, and basically you sleep. And I'll show you. It's at 14,000. And you sleep. Now there's this weird glitch where the tent disappears, but pretty much it's the same thing as a bed. But another cool thing about a tent is, let's just say you don't like the way it looks, you simply take your camper's tool and you right click, or right click, right? Hold on. So left click. Oh wait, never mind. I didn't have it in that weird hitbox again. Yeah, you right click and you can actually rotate the tent, which I think is kind of cool. If you want to set up a big campsite and you want to rotate a couple of the tents, you can do that just with the camper's tool. I think that's really cool. Alright, and then what you also can do is make a storage tent by simply taking a chest and putting it right in there, and you get this storage tent, which gives you 36 slots, which I think is really cool. I really like that. It just gives you an entire extra row of slots by putting it in the tent. You can pick this up. I don't think you can pick it up. But, you can splice it with the camper's tool and whatever. So the final part of the mod, or this part, is radishes. And radishes are cool because, well, I'll just show you. You find some radish seeds, and you can find radish seeds by just punching grass. But the cool thing is you can just plant them right on the ground. You don't need to till the dirt, anything, and they're pretty fast growing. He said 3 to 6 minutes on the website, so that's pretty fast. That's really cool if you're out in the wild and you're at night and you just have some radish seeds. You just throw them down on the ground, put a torch or something next to them, go in your little hidey hole or base, your little dirt house or something, and then by the time morning comes, boom, you'll have some radishes. So yeah, that was a really cool addition to the mod. I hope he had other things other little plants, food items and stuff. I don't know, other camping stuff. I'd really like to see some more, a piece of bread and the marshmallows and cocoa beans or something, and that'd be a really nice addition to the mod. But there's also one more thing in the mod, and that is the camper. And the camper is basically like a villager with a really nice skin, actually. That's a really nice skin. But anyway, they're basically a villager. You right click them, you trade with them. This guy wants 11 tent pegs and an emerald, which is fine with me. But anyway, I think that's pretty cool. The problem I have with this is it only has one trade. So this guy, you can only trade with these guys. I mean, you can trade with them unlimited amount of times, but there's only one trade that you can do. So if you don't like the trade, then you're screwed. So anyway, so that's all I've had to say. Like I said, my name was Jigsaw, and this has been the camping mod. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, I'd like it if you give this video a thumbs up. Leave a comment on what mod review I should do next. I do have a mod in mind that will be the next one, but after that, shoot me with some comments. I'd love to see some mods that you guys would love to see, see me review and all that good stuff. So anyway, my name has been Jigsaw, and I will see you guys later. Thanks so much for watching.